My name is RJ Konefal. I'm a graduating senior at the Hudson School, and this is my senior project. For those of you who don't know, the Senior Project is a 3-week initiative in which a senior works in a field of interest. I chose to work with special ed consultant Jeannie Langer. The reason I chose this project was because of my own disabilities. I learned through a neurologist in 10th grade that I have disabilities that affect my learning. This was a huge eye-opener. To finally be diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, executive function disorder, and problems with pragmatic speech. What did all of this mean for me? Well, attention deficit disorder means it's extremely hard for me to focus on things that don't pique my interest. Executive function disorder means it's extremely hard for me to schedule things as well as keep things organized. Pragmatic language difficulties means I miss a lot of nuance in conversation. Once I got these things documented, the Hudson School provided me with a lot of very helpful accommodations. With people supporting me and treating my condition seriously, my grades in school skyrocketed. Unfortunately, before my diagnosis, there was a lot of conflict in my life. In school, it was hard for me to keep up with the workload, and at home, I was having constant fights with my parents. My parents loved me very much, but unfortunately, there were certain times that they didn't know how to deal with me, and as a result, our relationship suffered. Once my parents understood how my brain worked, our relationship improved dramatically. Because of my experiences, I wanted to help other people with their situations. That's why I looked forward to working with Jeannie Langer, who's a special ed consultant in New York and New Jersey. Jeannie Langer works as a liaison between the schools and the families. She also works with parents and children who need accommodations. Jeannie also helps families connect with the best neurologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, and learning consultants to best help the student. Her philosophy is that if a child can't learn that way that we teach, maybe we can teach the way the child learns. To start out, I did a tremendous amount of reading and research and constantly met with Jeannie to make sure I understood the documents I was reading. I was surprised to learn that the state of New Jersey provides a lot of accommodations for a vast range of disabilities. These include autism, deaf or hard of hearing, developmentally delayed, emotional or behavior problems, gifted, intellectual disability, other health impaired, language impaired, specific language disability, speech impaired, or visually impaired. I researched and learned all about the ways that kids like me can get help. A lot of times, it's obvious that a child has a disability. However, in cases such as mine, people have to stack up costs of $10,000 to $15,000 just to prove that their child has a disability. What I learned is that people who hire Jeannie can hire her to write reports about their students, observe the students, and go to meetings. Since Jeannie is not a lawyer, her professional demeanor can help diffuse tense conversations between parents and schools. I was able to accompany Jeannie on an annual review meeting with a mother and her 2 children, both of whom had special education plans. I was able to learn how their school lives and home lives had changed drastically after their diagnoses. They shared with me their struggles and their successes. They told me about their difficulties at home, their problems with teachers at school, and their problems with the schoolwork. It helped me understand the other side of IEP meetings. I did not realize there was such a complex and legalistic process to navigate the world of special education. I wondered why every class couldn't have a special ed consultant to help assist the class. It would have been very beneficial to students like me who really need the help. In addition to getting a better grasp on how my own mind works, I was provided with an opportunity to observe people with learning disabilities and how they operate. By studying how other students operate, I was able to understand how complex the human mind truly is. I had the wonderful opportunity to visit the Educational Resource Center and meet Lori Levy, who has an interesting background in psychology and learning consultation. Lori Levy provides a foolproof system in which she only helps those with special needs. She empowers, encourages, motivates, and guides her students. However, I felt the most important aspect was that she truly cared about them. I had an opportunity to meet with another psychologist, Dr. Paul Shotland, who specializes in cognitive therapy. I really connected with Dr. Shotland. I had heard about cognitive therapy, but I did not know very much about it. Dr. Shotland taught me the ins and outs in cognitive psychology. Fear and anxiety come from the probability of distortion. Cognitive psychology analyzes how the mind automatically distorts these things, and it provides people with an opportunity to relieve levels of anxiety. In my opinion, cognitive therapy is the best kind of therapy out there. It helps people problem solve, and it also empowers them to find solutions on their own. I had a very unique opportunity spending the day at Cornerstone Day School. This school is a private therapeutic establishment which was created to help students with significant psychiatric and emotional disorders. These students may have difficulties with anxiety, mood disorders, or other diagnoses that have made it difficult for them to participate in regular public schools. I met several students and faculty members at Cornerstone. One high school senior was very intrigued by my presence. She told me that she had been a drug addict before, but since her introduction to Cornerstone, she has been able to artistically express herself without the use of drugs. I asked Lenore, "Why am I not seeing any psychiatric behaviors today?" She explained to me that therapy is infused into Cornerstone, and often students have 15 sessions a week. She explained why schools like Cornerstone are such a success. They truly understand the students and have supports to make sure nobody falls through the cracks. Now this is just an overview of my 3-week experience. Now you may be wondering, why is this presentation on video? Well, this entire video is an accommodation. I have difficulties with public speaking, and I wanted to express my viewpoint in the strongest way possible. Now that my video is finished, I would like to open up the floor to you guys, the audience. Do you guys have any questions about anything you've seen today? Would you like to know more about Lenore and the Cornerstone School, or Paul, or Lori, or even my own experiences, or Jeannie's? Thank you all for coming and expressing interest in my presentation. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen today.